Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never. Business before pleasure.
Welcome back to the Bob Sullivan Show here on latenightsportsradio.com. I'm joined not only by P. Diddy and Notorious B.I.G., I'm also joined by E.J. Christian. EJ, how you doing today?
Notorious B.I.G. in the building? Yes, sir. I'm happy. Bob, what's up, baby?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'll be honest with you. I think I've watched more NBA basketball today than NFL football, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I found myself watching some pretty crappy NBA games last night, and not watching any college football. And yeah, it's today I was watching some Heat Raptors over whatever football was available. This free NBA League Pass, definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I'm really considering getting it this year too, man. League Pass is awesome. The fact that you can have it on your mobile too and all this stuff, it's really cool, man. It really is. Even though my favorite team is in my region, I don't necessarily need a League Pass, and they show enough games on NBA TV and ESPN and whatnot. It's still great to have it, man, because there's a lot of good basketball that we're not always privy to on the West Coast, for example, and whatnot. So League Pass is awesome. I love it. I'm really considering re-upping it this year.
Well, and you look at the people that complain about the cost of League Pass. It's $200 for 6 months and every single game you can possibly think of. How is that a bad deal?
Well, the only bad deal out of it too. The only bad deal in it is that if you, I guess hypothetically, in my case, I live in South Florida. I'm basically in Miami Heat. I'm near the Miami Heat area. So hypothetically, let's say they have cable TV and I want a League Pass. I would still not get my Heat games because I'll be blacked out. I have to have cable TV to get the Heat games. That's the only negative for it in terms of being a fan of the League Pass is that if you're in a certain area, they force you to get your cable TV to see your local games. But and hopefully hopefully down the road they can stop that. Also, I mean, you saw the NFL recently lift all the blackouts now too. Hopefully the NBA can go that route as well too. But that's the only negative. Other than that, I love NBA basketball. I love all kinds of basketball. I'll watch Kings games. I'll watch anything. I mean, it's fun to watch no matter what.
Well, yeah, and it pisses me off that we get blacked out. I mean, we get the free League Pass, and I get blacked out on my phone. It's like, what the hell? Like, why do I get blacked out on my phone? I mean, if it's on my TV, one thing where I can, where I can just go to Fox Sports Net or something like that. But on my phone, you can't do that.
Right. Yeah, it's just so annoying and to get to the point in the next year or two that start, like the NFL did recently, that being all blackouts. Hopefully they go this route also the NBA as well too. It'd be great for the fans and great for the league, I think, ultimately.
Quickly on college football before we get back to the NBA. Sure. Your Florida State Seminoles, are we one loss or no losses? What do they have to make it to the college football playoff? Can they make it to?
They have to win out. They have to win out. They with the way they've played all year long, inconsistently, in moments, and getting out games, winning games like skin their teeth. Then you add the controversy with Jameis Winston, off-field issues, and now Carlos Williams, off-field issues. Wise, they have to win out. They're a one-loss Seminole team is not getting into the playoff. If the committee had their way, to be honest with you, at least I don't see it that way. So it's one of those things where they do their job, they'll be fine. Now, if you're a Noles fan, the good news is that their last losable game, they just passed that test against Louisville. So unless Miami or Florida has something to say about that in this month, and maybe the ACC champion, championship game maybe. I don't see them losing another game the rest of the way. Louisville was the last hurdle, in my opinion, to get over in terms of teams that might actually challenge Florida State, give them the best shot in beating them. But I expect them to be in the playoffs now with everything, the way things are going now.
I forgot to give out the phone number at the beginning of the show, guys. If you want to call in. Very rarely does anybody call in. Actually, never has anybody ever called into my show. 585-633-7487. EJ, with Florida State, though, I'm kind of starting to like this team and root for this team.
You would.
It's like the Raiders, always getting into trouble. There's never a dull week. Jimbo Fisher doesn't really know how to handle the media. This is a perfect storm, and I love it.
I'm opposite. And don't be wrong. Florida State has their issues in the past with the NCAA rules and whatnot, but some of the things that you're hearing now is very disturbing. Now, granted, a lot of these things you're hearing, like the Carlos Williams allegedly hitting his pregnant girlfriend, and of course James Winston's issues, of course, that unfortunately that's normal everywhere else, but it's shined down on Florida State. And look, I am not making any excuses at all for that. By no means. I'm just saying that, there have been moments for me this year where I've actually, felt embarrassed to be a fan of the school. I've been a fan of the school since 1991, so, I've been watching all their games since the Casey Bowen era, when they had Terrell Buckley and, Amp Lee and all those guys. So, there have been moments where I've been a little bit embarrassed to be a fan, to be totally off you, man. It's been rough in moments, but one thing I will say about Florida State and James Winston, man, you can say whatever you want about James Winston. He's a bit slow, he's a bit this, he's whatever. But that kid is as poised a college football quarterback I've ever seen play this game. He's really poised. Like it seems like nothing gets to him. And by the way, he's never lost a game. That's for the record.
Well, with Jameis, do you think a team's going to wait, spend a first-round pick on him?
Given the fact that the NFL and the, what we believe to be the backs that'll be available in this draft aren't necessarily guys who are falling, who are off the draft board. I know. I think that. I know a lot of analysts I've heard say the same thing. Also, there's not really a deep draft in quarterback. It wouldn't shock me to see a couple teams, despite the background stuff, despite some of the things they heard and what Jameis has allegedly done, that there'd be teams willing to take a chance on him. It wouldn't surprise me because at the end of the day, it's still a business. It's still, you still need to win games. And if there are teams who are convinced that Jameis Winston gives them the best chance possibly to win, to improve their roster, improve their franchise, they're going to do it. So it wouldn't shock me at all. I mean, you hear people bloviating saying, "Oh no, his draft stock is low." Trust me, see me at draft day. Because there are teams right now who are dying for quarterbacks right now. The Jets being one team.
Back to the NBA.
Yes.
Miami Heat, looking pretty good early on.
Yeah.
Wade, Bosh, they look to be meshing. What do you think the key is for this team? Do you think it is, how Dang meshes with those other two, Wade's health, how Spoelstra is able to manage the minutes? What do you think the important thing is?
One of the things that they've really done, and you're seeing it in the first three games, is they really stress moving the ball, keeping the ball live, keeping the ball moving. If there was a negative in the LeBron era, especially the first year of LeBron being in Miami, was they pound the ball, ISO, ISO basketball, and that was always an issue. You're not seeing now. Granted, that in year three, I think, with the Heat, you might get moments of that once in a while while LeBron does that, but he lets her play. He gets a pass no matter what. But you're seeing a concerted effort from Spoelstra to go rotation. I mean, he's playing Dustin Hamilton, the 12th guy on the bench. He's playing guys that won't get played any minutes into come April. But it's also a tribute to how good a coach he really is. You're seeing Shabazz Napier get. I'm surprised Shabazz Napier is getting quality minutes right now. He's getting quality minutes. 2-3 games, and he's playing pretty well. He's really held up pretty well. And one thing I'm really encouraged by, and one thing I thought that you might have seen this with Dwayne Wade, is that Dwayne Wade, he's still scoring 12 a game, but what's happening now is that he's really taking really an approach now of becoming a facilitator too, getting the guys involved. His assist numbers is going way up too. 2-3 games. Not obviously it's early, anything can happen. I mean, I don't know if this is going to stabilize going forward, but I need that if Miami, if healthy, when healthy, and this is the biggest issue. We don't know because the large issue is the health. And if they're healthy, I still believe this could be a 3-team race in Eastern Conference because you're getting guys. Remember, these guys have been to the These guys have been to the wars. This is not new to them. I mean, they lost a certain league, yes, I agree, but this is nothing. This is not like they've not been in this moment before. They're not going to fall down. I mean, Dwayne Wade was a champion for LeBron's time here.
What has been worse early on, the Kobe lovers loving Kobe or the Kobe lovers hating LeBron?
Well, you don't hear the LeBron hate anymore much now. Now that
there is Kobe.
Now, Kobe. Well, look, they're going to be Kobe fans because I've always said this for a long time that they're threatened by the legacy. And that's fine, whatever. I mean, I'm so over that stuff now. I don't even care. I barely even see anymore, to be honest with you, too. Because I guess a lot of fans also see the reality in the situation. That the Lakers aren't that good. They're not only not that good, they're pretty terrible. What's annoying me now, and I've had a lot of conversations with fans on Twitter and even on the radio show. I'll discuss this too. This idea about prioritizing what's more important for the Lakers, whether to favor Kobe or whatever that may be, or should the Lakers be focused on winning? And I'm not blaming Kobe for that contract, the 2-year deal he signed last fall. If you're trying to pay me max dollars, I'm taking it.
Okay, let me tell you, this is the difference between Kobe and LeBron right now.
Okay.
Kobe has been, he's allegedly had like 100 affairs, and he's probably going to get divorced once he retires. And that woman is going to take half of his money. You got to get the money while the getting's good. LeBron is happily married. And, it seems like he's not going to get divorced anytime soon. Kobe's got to get while the getting's good.
Right. Well, I mean, that's definitely a funny way of looking at it, but which actually could be reality. Who knows? I mean, given the history with both these guys. But, with Lakers fans,
I'm not accusing LeBron of not having affairs. I don't want to be that guy.
I get all that. I get all. The thing is, that is concerning too, is that you have Laker fans who are okay with losing as long as Kobe gets his. Exactly. And my thing is, if you're the fan that is okay with seeing Kobe, but at the risk of losing games, then you don't get the option to complain about losing games.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole thing, and I think what I'm concerned about now moving forward is, okay, they're 0-4 now. They've looked terrible most of these games. Granted, the last 2 games they've been competitive, but they faltered in the fourth quarter. But they're bad to the point that they're almost not even interesting to watch. That's the worst part. Like, they're not even interesting to watch. So I knowing Kobe Bryant as long as we've watched him, and knowing his history, knowing him as a competitor, can you honestly see Kobe Bryant being okay with this situation? I can't. I just really can't.
I think, surprisingly, I think Kobe's all right. Like, I don't think he's all right with losing, but I don't think he wants to win being playing second fiddle. I think he's better off. I think he thinks he's better off losing than being second fiddle on a championship winner. Is that fair?
Well, right. If